This episode is brought to you by Midwest Night Watchers, found everywhere on your favorite podcast platforms.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Night Owl Lounge.
Live from Midwest at the Night Owl Lounge.
2025. Who would have thought?
Yeah, 2025 just looks catchy, doesn't it?
Yeah. Who would have thunk?
Thunk. You're thunking people already?
Thunk.
Thunk. Hey, we got a Tanya. We got Gemini. We got Nisha. And we had Blazer earlier. I think he fell asleep next to his wood-burning stove.
Oh. Well, welcome in, everybody. Thanks for finding us and hanging out with us. And we got a few things to talk about tonight, and then we'll get going and chat and see what you guys all got to say and hang out with us and continue the talk with everybody and have fun.
Welcome in Patty and Daryl.
Newbie,
which is Patty.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Sorry. And Daryl, Manisha.
I'm trying to say hi to everybody in chat, but eventually I'll probably
give up.
Not get to it because they'll be rolling by. And
yeah, Hillbilly Herb. We got Clay. Good show tonight, Clay.
Yeah, I love Laurel and Hardy. I've watched them forever. So if anybody wants to see a little documentary or a little, I don't know what you would call it, but it's a documentary, I guess, on Laurel and Hardy and
little documentaries. I guess that's what you call them, Clay. Blazer woke up. What do you call those, Clay? Are they little documentaries?
Docu-series, docu-minutes? I don't know.
Mini doc?
Mini doc. Maybe
that's they're mini docs. Yeah, they're really good. I'm pretty sure they're scheduled every Wednesday night.
Yeah, I think he is. I think he said he had them scheduled for Wednesday nights for a while.
9 Central. Show them that Laurel and Hardy dance thing.
Yeah, I like that. They got a scene from a movie where they did a dance, but it was obviously for their era was the music, but somebody took it and put a newer upbeat pop or whatever music you'd call it. I've seen several different ones, but there's one that's my favorite. It just matches them dancing great. I just love when they do that with old movies.
Michael Jackson.
So tonight we have a couple things to show you, kind of like what we did last week, but this week we actually do have. Let me get our
first report.
My thing ready, but we're not going to do it right away. I'm just announcing it so people know what's going
on in Night Owl Lounge.
What's that?
We got a thing going on in Night Owl Lounge.
Yeah. As far as I know, you can't get it anywhere else.
Oh, it's
This is exclusive to us.
Midwest thing.
But having said that, we will be doing a report from Straw in the Wind by Gomer Bath. So we actually have an actual column that Gomer wrote for the regional newspaper in our area, and we'll be reading that off tonight. And we got a couple pictures to show you to go along with it. And after that, if everybody's still hanging in with us and chatting away, we have some a Creepy Acres report also.
Ooh, those are my favorite. I like those.
So we got some Creepy Acres reports from the new year starting off already. So we got those to read, and Straw in the Wind report.
And also, I guess before we really start off, everyone do some praying for Brown Dwarf, Heidi Pop, Robin M. I think those are the three that I know of that is in the Los Angeles area. They're all
Latchkey.
Latchkey is out there. They're all okay. Heidi was still out of power last time we talked to her.
But they have a generator.
Yeah, they have a generator. Brown Dwarf got his power back. I'm not sure if Latchkey got his power back or not.
Blazer's girlfriend.
Yeah, Blazer's girlfriend is out there. So please pray for everyone in that area.
It's just devastating to see something like, no matter who it is or where it's at, it's just devastating that people have lost all their possessions. And, you know, I know it's just
totally gone.
But I mean, just like us, I mean, me and James talked about it, and it's like, what do you do? I mean, you lose all your family pictures, you lose, unless you have them backed up to the cloud or somewhere safe. You lose antiques, you lose family mementos, you lose stuff from your kids, you lose stuff that you've collected your whole life or that's sentimental to you and sentimental to me and Jane that we've acquired since we've been married, and stuff we've acquired previous to our marriage. I mean, it's just all gone. If that happens, I mean, what do you do?
All right, Patty says Brown Dwarf did a quick update. I thought he said he got a text from his sister during that update saying that the power on the house came back. So I might be wrong, but I thought that's what he said, that his sister texted and said their power came back.
Well, he went live. He went live from the shop,
right?
And it had power, but as far as their house, I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe.
So yeah, the saddest thing I think to all of this is the 0% contain. They cannot do anything. It's just one fire. They said there was like 30-40% contained, but this main one they keep saying it's been 0% contained. So
yeah, the Palisades fire is horrible. That's the one that they're having a hard time with. The other ones are kind of blocking it from spreading or trying to. But there's, I mean, at one time I think I saw 6 major fires going on all at once.
Oh, yeah, prayers out to all of them. And it's scary knowing people out there and having friends out there. He just went live. He got his snacks and where I lost it, gas at 7-Eleven, and the power dropped. Okay.
Oh, well, there might be stuff going on, you know, where they get the power up, then something else happens or another line goes down. And so it might be like a roller coaster, have power, not have power, not have power for quite a while, because that's a big area and it's a big devastation going on. So
look what happened to us last summer. We lost power and then got it back for 7 hours and then lost power and lost that for 3 days.
Yeah.
You know, so we had power for just a little bit and then boom, lost it again in the next storm. Girlfriend said the winds are starting again tomorrow. Oh,
yeah, they're not supposed to get back to normal till Friday as far as the winds.
Well, I know it was better today, but it was still windy.
It wasn't.
Oh, that's horrible.
It wasn't a straight 60 to 80 or whatever the mile an hour wind. It went to 30, 35 to 40 mile an hour, somewhere in there, but it had gusts up to 60 still. So that's why it was hard for them today. When they thought they were making headway on a 30 mile an hour wind, all of a sudden it picks up to 60. And then this all starts all over again.
Wow. Yes, Blazer, I have a cool light. Blazer sent a cool flashlight, night light, if I have to go out to the barn at night. And it's right,
Where is it?
it's right there on my finger, right over here by the fire.
Why don't you have it there on your desk?
Because I've got your flashlight and the little purple flashlight and this new Bigfoot one. Where'd you get that?
Show a close up of that.
Where'd you get that? On TikTok?
No, I ordered it right from the company.
So it has a laser light, a UV light, and then a flashlight. All three. So I mean, this thing is really cool. So I got little flashlights up here, the little UV light, and then
I keep wondering what happens to all my flashlights.
I like this Bigfoot one. Who's Christopher Lloyd?
Christopher Lloyd was on Taxi and Back to the Future.
Oh.
He's the actor, the professor, Doc.
Oh, okay.
In Back to the Future.
So yes, Blazer, thank you for the brushes and thank you for the flashlight. And the birds.
Yeah, I don't know
enjoying the water. I'm sorry.
I don't know. That's all right. I was probably talking over top of you. I'm sorry too. I don't know when we'll get out to the barn since it's cold out to get those brushes installed. But maybe when it's 30 degrees or when it jumps up to 32 degrees, we can get out there.
30s? You mean we're going to see 30s again?
Yeah, we'll see 30s coming up, supposedly. Of course, it's probably 30-degree temperature, but then we'll probably have wind that day.
Monisha said a lady came into her dream last night and gave her a reading and said that things are going to get better in this year. 36. Come on. Why are you warmer than us, Blazer? This whole year you've been warmer in Montana than Illinois. That is so strange. 36. I wouldn't have to wear my little onesie Carhartt thingy that I waddle out to the barn in.
That's what happened the last polar vortex we had that came through. We were in the negatives. I can't remember, but I think the lowest I saw was minus 34 at the wind chill or something that one year.
Yeah.
But Alaska was warmer than we were at that point in time because they were actually having nicer weather. And then we got the cold that came down to us.
Well, how many years in a row now that we've talked that we have these freak storms, that there's tornadoes down south and blizzard up north? And once again, it happened 3-4 days ago or whatever. Yep. Tornadoes down south and blizzards up north. And it's been like that the last few years. And that's not normal.
Yeah. So also pray for the South because they're getting hit with the ice and the snow. I think Jessica Jones, our good friend from the Cryptid Huntress, is getting she might get some ice and plus some snow. Depends on how it goes. And same thing with Amber Paraworld and all them good friends and that we have down south. And so keep them up in your thoughts and prayers.
Welcome in, Latro.
Hi, Latro.
I bet it's cold in Texas too, because everyone's getting that cold snap. Merch. Merch. There's our merch link if anyone's interested in hats and hoodies and t-shirts and magnets and coffee cups.
And the new American Legend T-shirt. You'll have to go there and check that out. We got 2 of them up so far, with more to come. And
37 in Texas. That's cold.
Yeah, it is. For Texas, that's real cold. And don't be surprised if this shows up on a T-shirt. I know I'm going to have to get one.
Mm-hmm. I'm getting one. I just wish I knew all these years all about that. It's just something we discovered a few weeks ago, and I'm still in shock about it. I'm not the only crazy one in the family that enjoyed UFOs.
So do you want to explain? I mean, we're already 15 minutes in or whatever. Do you want to go ahead and start explaining about Gomer and his articles before we actually read one, or?
Yeah, I can.
Or it's up to you. We can keep chatting until you're ready. Whenever Jane's going to give the report tonight. Usually I read stuff off, but this is a special, and to Jane and her family, her brothers and sisters are included in this genealogy or history of their family. So it's up to you whenever you want to start. Otherwise, we'll just keep on yakking away.
No, you want me to read the report and everything afterwards too?
It's up to you, whatever you feel. I just thought maybe you could just introduce.
Okay, we can introduce it.
Why we're popping this up and what we're,
in case people missed it last week,
what we're talking about.
Well, I knew about this box or this collection that my mother had, and we'll come to find out that she would have been in her 20s, early 30s when she did all this and collected things and investigated things, and ended up being in a UFO group and went and saw Dr. Hynek. Well, I did a 7th grade term paper on these books and magazines and stuff. And so I mentioned it to my brother several months ago, and he says, "Oh, I've got all that." He's had it since college. So when he moved out and went to college, he grabbed the collection, and he's had all this. So he sent it to me. And come to find out, there's just newspaper clippings from the 1950s. And I knew of Gomer Bath because my grandmother, my dad's mom, would talk about Gomer all the time. That was her brother. And just talking about Gomer. Well, when you're a little kid, you don't want to hear all these stories that grandma's trying to tell you. And so I knew of Gomer, but I had no idea. He was a well-known musician. He composed music. He played the piano for the silent movie theaters. And then he gave that up and decided to be a radio broadcaster for quite a few years for a radio station here in Peoria, well, near us. And WMBD is still one of the well-known popular radio stations. So then he went to the Peoria Journal-Star, the newspaper that's still our main newspaper, and did a column. And we don't know if it's every week or once a month or what it was, but he actually did articles on the Straw of the Wind on UFOs. So and he died in 1960, before I was born. I was born in 62. So we've got all these original newspaper clippings. We've got, what did I tell you? 27? Something, or 20 something articles on UFOs that was in the newspaper that he did. And I just was floored. I knew my mom loved UFOs. That's why I believe, because I was raised, mom telling me UFOs, Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster. And so I believed my mother. So I've always been into this stuff, and I knew she had this collection, but now I've got it. And it has just floored me that my great uncle did a column and he was fascinated about UFOs. So we're going to continue his legacy and share these newspaper clippings with you guys. And when we run out of his stuff, we've got a whole folder just filled with newspaper clippings that my mother collected. Just old. I mean, they posted everything back in the day. You don't see nothing like this posted these days of, hey, so-and-so down the road saw UFO.
We're going to try to do it every week, but every once in a while we might slip a recent report of a UFO or cryptid or whatever it is from our area or something that hits the news. So we might slip that in and still consider it straw in the wind, even though Gomer didn't write about it, but we'll just continue reporting, just like if Gomer would have wrote about it or talked about it, and add it to the series.
And I was also shocked to find out that some of his music is out there, and some old man, which I still need to contact, some old man's playing Gomer's music. And then there was a link of a website that showed the music that my uncle composed. So it was just really interesting. And I knew that, there's a lot of musicians in my family, but just to find out he had a column like this, it just amazes me. So yeah, we're just going to continue his legacy and carry on his little column. And I guess I mentioned last week that he was a musician. I'm a musician. He loved UFOs. I've always loved UFOs. He was a podcaster and then did a column for the newspaper. And 2 years ago, there's no way I would think that we were going to be podcasting on YouTube. So I've been kind of continuing the UFO investigating before I found out he actually was in it. So it's just fascinating.
Yeah, not only YouTube, but Rumble and Spotify and audio podcasts, anywhere you guys can listen to your favorite audio. We're slowly getting everything up on there too.
All right. Hey, I just went fuzzy.
Uh-oh. No, I don't know. It looks the same to me.
Okay. I thought I went fuzzy.
I don't know.
For a second.
So we have some pictures that we will show you when we're getting ready to read the article of the original articles that we received. So we'll show that first, and then Jane will read the actual article.
All right, I thought I saw. Hi, Ida. You came in.
Feisty Kitty.
Oh, Feisty Kitty. Feisty Kitty came in. Hello. All right, so we got 16 in here.
So yeah, people are slowly starting to find us a little bit on the Night Owl Lounge. So there's Rosie. Hi, Rosie.
Hey, Rosie.
How you doing down south?
Yeah, how's Tennessee? Oh, Blazer. I couldn't figure out why my boomerang wasn't coming back. Then it hit me. It was nice to see you, Rosie.
Oh, my.
Nice to see you, Feisty Kitty.
Getting cold down there, Rosie says.
Oh. Well, we're supposed to warm up 2 degrees tomorrow. Today was 26. Tomorrow's supposed to be 28.
Hi, Derek.
Hey, Derek. Yep. Derek's freezing in Florida.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Florida's going to get in the 20s, if not 18 degrees for Florida.
Wow.
So now your orange juice and stuff's going to go up.
Everybody's orange juice is going to go up.
So having said all that.
Ooh, 19 down there in Tennessee. What is it here?
So that is the...
We're 15.
This image is actually the original picture of Gomer. Then down below is the header image for his column, Straws in the Wind by Gomer Bath. So I put the two together and added our podcast underneath of it, just to continue it, and made it all. Well, I hope it looks nice. I think it looks nice.
I think it looks good.
So we're probably gonna put that on a t-shirt and add that to the store. And so I just wanted to show a picture of Gomer and his article header, the image of it, so people know what we're talking about before we continue on with. So you let me know when you want me to bring up the original images whenever you're ready.
All right.
Or if you want to wait a little longer, if you want to do it now, it's up to you.
I was just going to say, when we run out of articles, I've got report on unidentified flying objects observed February 24th, 1959 by American Union airline pilots. We've got this to go through. It's got pictures of pilot report and pictures of the pilots.
So we'll scan those and bring it up so you can see the pictures better, and kind of like what we do everything else.
February 1st, 1966, and a copy of the Project Blue Book. This one is International UFO Reporter. So she must have been getting those in the mail for a while too. Interesting on what's all in here. I have no idea what's all in there. I've got this big book. It's about an inch thick, called the UFO Evidence. And it says 1964, Washington, D.C. Oh, National Investigations Committee. Isn't that crazy? and then this is about an inch and a half. This is super thick. Just to show you that we've got a Bath book. This is a genealogy of my family and Gomer Bath.
Is he on the front cover?
I don't think he is. No.
All right.
So, nope. And I think I'm in here, I think like 4 times, something like that, listed in the genealogy. So we just got all kinds of magazines and newspaper articles and all kinds of crazy stuff in this box that we can go through. And
other than Gomer's columns in that box, as Jane said, there is tons of clippings, not only from our regional newspaper, but from across the U.S. or wherever Jane's mom collected them or had them sent from other family members or friends, sent her clips. So there's a lot in that box as far as that. So we have those to read. Plus, I said, like, if we find out a local report of a cryptid, Bigfoot, UFO, anything weird, we'll bring that in along into the series, Straw in the Wind.
And I might even grab my 7th grade term paper and pull that out and see what I did. Because a lot of the stuff I did on the term paper came out of this box of my mom's collections.
Newbie asked, do you see a resemblance?
Kinda. If you see me and then look at Gomer.
Is there anybody else, like your brother or nieces, nephews, or uncles that kind of looked like Gomer?
My brother, possibly, kinda.
I mean, I don't know what color Gomer's hair was because it's a black and white newspaper picture, or kind of yellowed now, but.
So this was my dad's mom's brother. So it would have been my dad's uncle, so he would have been a great uncle. So there might be a resemblance.
Maybe.
Because it really isn't that far down the family tree.
So from this show, I mean, we kind of started last week, but from this show forward, it's going to be a regular edition of the Night Owl Lounge, and probably just like now, a half hour in, we'll read one of Gomer's columns, and then if we find anything else interesting in the box to go along with whatever Gomer was talking about, we'll bring that up like we did last week, where I found 3 or 4 Mothman articles that were kind of related to each other. Two of them was from Jane's mom's box that she sent, or we got or inherited, I guess, however you want to say it. And then I found the original newspaper article from actual Point Pleasant, and read that along with the other ones that we had received in the box. So they went together really nicely. So if I happen to find one that goes along with Gomer's article in the box or somewhere else, we'll make sure we bring that up also. Otherwise, we'll do the creepy history from Creepy Acres when they come up.
Yeah. So one of the stories that I do, sock monkey.
I was wondering how long till somebody noticed.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice. Oh my gosh, your mother's sock monkey.
So my mom growing up. Now this is a story I have. I don't know if it's true, not true. I'm assuming it is because my mom's always told it. And growing up on a farm during the Depression, she said the only toy that she had and loved was her sock monkey. And she still had it. And I think my sister has it now, but there was no fur left on it. No, I mean, there was like the sewing of the mouth, was sewn. And I think it had 2 buttons for eyes, and It was in pretty bad shape. It was the cloth and stuff itself was still good, but I don't think there was any fuzz left to it.
Wow.
So for one Christmas, me and Jane, and I guess you can say our kids too, but for me and Jane, we bought that giant sock monkey for.
Yeah, we were shopping and saw this giant sock monkey.
I should have.
Oh my gosh, we've got to get that for Grandma.
I should have brought up the pictures or downloaded the pictures that I took of that Christmas when Mom was
holding on to
it and then share. But anyway, that's why I decided for whatever reason I had a sphere there, a giant sphere there originally. Then I put the Christmas tree and we took the Christmas tree down. And I thought, man, what am I going to do with that open spot? And I said, you know what? I'm going to bring my buddy down. I don't even have a name for him yet. I don't even know if Mom named him.
Well, it's right next to some of your mom's crystals and bells and
things.
And
the cabinet right there that he's leaning against came from Mom's, and so he's right at home and watching over us. So there you go. That's the story of the sock monkey.
Well, speaking of stories, like I said, I believed in UFOs my whole life because I believed my mother. She said they were real, and she did tell me the story of her dad, which he was a farmer, and she shared this story with me that he was out in the field and saw these strange lights coming out of a storm cloud, and farmers know storms, so they know when to go in, and we'll come to find out one of Gomer's articles is a report of my grandpa, my mom's dad, of what he saw. So I just, just talk about, both sides of the family here, which is interesting. Well, Gomer would have been my mom when she was married to my dad, would have been an uncle-in-law, if you call them such thing. So I guess we can just go ahead and read this. I hope I can read it without glasses.
Well, wait, you're not going to read it yet, are you?
Oh, so you want to do the article for it? Yeah, you can show the articles.
Yeah, I was going to show everybody the original and how we got them.
Okay. Yeah.
And then you can read it if you'd like. It's up to you, whichever way you want to do it.
Go for it. I'd rather show what this is what you typed out. Yeah, I'm not reading the original article. They're tiny.
So this is the original article. If you can see it, I don't know what kind of device or.
It's in bad shape.
So I'll zoom in on it a little bit here, and so not only is it yellow from being old, but then it's yellowed and from the tape being on it, and then somehow ink got spilled all over it.
And
So
there's one other one in there that kind of looks like that too. So I don't know what happened.
you can see it says 1954 right here. Oh, at least I hope you can see it.
Yep.
Then it says Dad, which would have been Jane's mom's handwriting.
Mm-hmm. And
But how the ink spilled on it, I have no idea. And it blotted out some of the words, and we thought, oh man, what are we going to do with this? This is unreadable. I mean, how are we going to know what the words were or what Jane's grandpa said? And then after playing around with it for a while, let me get back to I started zooming in and trying different lights, and if you can see, you can start to see some of the words start to come through that real deep, dark ink. So if you tilt the phone just right and you get the right lighting or right kind of lights on it, you can start to see through that ink a little bit. And so here's another good example of what we were able to do. So we filled in the words as best we could by what we could see. And then there's a couple, if you can see, that not really sure what it was, but we did the best we could to try to make the sentence come out what we thought they were saying. So, and on Jane's page that she's reading, the words that we didn't know or couldn't see, I underscored them. So everybody knows, or she knows when we show it, that that is what was missing in the paper and covered by ink. But most of it I was able to be able to see, to type it out.
So we kind of guessed at what word would fit in those blanks that we couldn't see.
Yeah, some of them the words came out really nice that you could see through the ink. And I got tons and tons of pictures of these at different angles to try to figure out what each word was, and different lighting, UV lighting, light underneath the paper, on top of the paper, and tilting the phone. And so I think we did a pretty good job of
I think we got it almost pretty much complete. And to answer Blazer's question, it's the Peoria Journal-Star. And we have looked. They don't go back. They don't have any digital things on their website or anything. No information on them. So I may be calling them, because my father also worked there. So I may call and see if there's anybody that knows the history of like around 1950-ish. You know,
we might have to go to the local colleges, or even Springfield, and I'm sure a lot of the big places,
the library
might have a microfiche of the newspapers, so we might get lucky and be able to find them. But for right now, all we have is the clippings that she sent us and the words that are visible to us, or we were able to one way or another be able to see. And some of them we just had to. There's only a few. There's like a few words here and there that we kind of had to, like, to make the sentence sound right, we had to kind of fill in the blanks. So it's not 100%, but I'm pretty sure we're pretty accurate, or pretty close.
Well, by reading it, it's pretty much what I remember of my mom. And I'm pretty sure my aunt told me this story too, of what I remember of how they explained his story of it. So are we ready? You can keep that up, I guess, so they can kind of look at the original article.
If you want me to, that's fine. Otherwise, I was going to take it down so you'll be bigger again. But it's up to you, whatever you want to do.
And the date of this article, we don't know. Now, it does have a date of when he saw his sighting, but we haven't gone through all of Gomer. I don't know if one of those that we have in that little black book is this one or not, because we found this in the other folder that my mom collected. It wasn't in Gomer's little book.
Yeah, I don't think a copy of this is in the black book. I think this is the only one. I went through the box, so I know it's not in the box, and I went through the book, but I don't think it's in there, but I'm not 100% positive. So anyway, go right on ahead.
All right. So on the top it says Gomer Bath. Strange Signs in the Sky is what he titled this.
Well, that's not visible.
Oh, you just put this in?
It says strange, and this is what you see.
Oh, okay.
And I'm assuming, just like all the other articles in the book, it says it has that clipping that says "Straw in the Wind" by Gomer Bath. So that's why I put it on that sheet. So what we see doesn't really, I don't know. I'm assuming it says that, but that's just an intelligent guess. So anyway, everything else should be good.
And it says Dad's Story on this 1954. In my accumulated mail, I found a letter from a country farmer, one who has been skeptical, I think, of UFO or unidentified flying objects. He got an eyeful on August 3rd. He writes, "We were fortunately on the northern edge of the storm, had a shower of rain and a little hail. Before this came, I was watching the clouds off the south of us, listening to the terrific roar that was coming from it when," some of this doesn't make sense, for less than 5-second intervals, there appeared a huge orange-red blob of light traveling westwardly very fast. A second or so later, another appeared right up against the clouds. Of their size, I would say that they were comparable to the sun on a slightly cloudy day when it could be seen. There was no beams to the blobs, as a light search might make. From where I saw them, I was looking from probably a 30-degree angle in town 4 miles away. It sounded, so this is where something that might be, it sounded something. So this is a blank that we're not sure. It sounded blank a few off the thing. So that it sounded something a few off the thing. It sounded, or I sounded blank a few off the thing.
I'm thinking sounded might be
sounded something
like he maybe shot at it.
I sounded something a few off the thing. So that blank that we can't read in the blob, we're not quite sure. One man and his son saw them too, but had to look up at them at a nearly vertical position. I haven't heard of no one else making any kind of report on this thing. I passed it along for what it may be worth. And then Gomer wrote, if any of my readers to this column see these things, or does any readers care to try to explain them? In the mail was also a card. So I'm not sure if my grandfather sent this card. It sounded like another card was in there that kind of came from my grandfather. In the mail also was a card from Ruby Maxwell of Table Grove. She saw objects July 31st, reported by the resident of Cuba, Illinois, and thinks it was a plane reflecting a red ray off the setting sun. So that was my grandfather's report. And what my mom told me was, he was out in the field and he knew his storms because he knew when he needed to go inside. And he saw these strange lights coming out of the clouds and was, by the clouds. And, he knew, what storms looked like and just could not explain these bright lights. So I don't, maybe they were orbs. Because the 2 orbs that I saw with my naked eye, either last year or 2 years ago, I lost track. They were orange and they were underneath storm clouds, and I saw them, and then they just kind of disappeared. So yeah, whatever you saw was strange lights in a cloud. And I just, when I was a little kid, I believed my mother, and of course I believed my grandfather.
Especially now.
Especially now. And now I have a great uncle that did columns on this, so just so fascinating. I don't think any publisher these days would be allowed to go to their boss and say, "Hey, can I do a column on UFOs?" No, you're not allowed. They're not allowed to be printed anymore.
Now, to be fair, as far as we can figure out, Gomer did other articles on interests and about town stuff for the big town that the newspaper was in.
But politics stuff, things like that.
Yeah, well, it could have been like I said, people that were in the hospital. He would go visit them and talk to them and get their story on what happened in an accident, or if a house was on fire, he would talk to the people or help with charity organizations and talk about them. So anyway, that's what I found online. So I don't think his whole article was necessarily always about UFOs, but I think a lot of them, like we have evidences, was. But I don't know how many years he wrote the article.
Right. We don't know that. I know he was a WMD more, mostly, I think, being a radio broadcaster or whatever you want to call him, doing a radio show.
So the only ones that we have, and just because that was Jane's mom's interest, was UFO, so we know we have those for sure. But the other articles that Gomer wrote could have been about other subjects. We don't know.
Right.
I'm assuming. So there you go.
That's our first Gomer Bath report. Hi, Tammy.
Another report from Straws in the Wind by Gomer Bath.
Thank you, Gomer. So interesting.
That is amazing. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, I have genealogy and all that stuff from my family.
I mean, I did genealogy, but I knew Gomer was, his name. I've heard it many, many times from Grandma. And just going through genealogy and, pictures and this and this and that. But I just had no idea that he was part of my mom's collection, and he actually did a column. And he was fascinated in it.
Right. But what I was going to say is that I've done genealogy on my family and have records and stuff, but nowhere do I have anything that's of interest or of UFOs or cryptids or anything. And I don't even know what my mom and dad necessarily believed in, let alone what my grandpa or great uncle believed in as far as weird stuff and paranormal, because we didn't ever talk about stuff like that.
Oh, Blazer saw blue orb. Interesting. Yeah, the 2 that I've seen with the naked eye were orange. All the other orbs are on the night vision binoculars that you can't see with the naked eye. So most of mine are with the infrared.
Now that's get back to Blazer's statement. We have a lady coming up, and when she has an orb come through her house and hangs out or whatever, she'll ask it, if you're a family member or a spirit of a family, please turn blue. And that orb on the camera or the video will turn blue, or it'll show up next time blue. And she'll ask if you are just a familiar spirit or somebody visiting that's not family, turn green. And then she'll have orbs that'll come in and it'll be green on the video. So we have her coming on our show coming up, so that'll be interesting. And so that's right there with the orbs, and so we'll have to, when we get her on, we'll be talking about orbs and spirits and family and kind of afterlife and stuff like that. So,
Oh, Ida just saw a UFO yesterday.
oh, really?
Coming down the mountain, it zoomed in and flew in between the mountains. And Blazer said his orb was bright. It illuminated the snow underneath. Oh, interesting. It illuminated the snow under it.
Wow.
Wow.
That's cool, Ida. Illuminated the snow. That's unusual. I don't think I've ever heard anybody talk about if it lit up a room or lit up the surrounding area, or you always just talk about seeing the light or it moving or going in and out, or you don't ever hear about it actually reflecting off of something, or at least I don't think I have.
Yeah, he said it was interesting because it went behind the trees.
Wow.
Yes, I know, Patty. Blazer even texted me and he said, "You got some strange things flying in front of your camera tonight." And so I wrote back what the temperature is. And I said, "Well, I'll tell you right now, it's not bugs." So, yeah, we've got.
What'd you say it was?
I think they're fairies tonight because I'm seeing trails behind them and they're just kind of dancing and doing weird things in front of the camera. And there's no bugs and dust out tonight. There's no breeze. I mean, it's finally no wind. So it's not dust, and we got snow on the ground. So, oh wow, yeah. So they've been showing up quite a bit tonight. Interesting. They know we're talking about them.
Yeah. Surprised something isn't floating behind me right now. We'll have to bring those videos up again.
See if they start showing up in the basement again.
Start talking about them once we keep doing the straw in the wind. We'll bring up some of the videos and stuff that we've captured and during our live shows where we had the orbs or fairies or woo feathers. We officially named them the woo feathers.
Blazer said they were changing direction and appearing and disappearing. Yeah, they appear and disappear quite a bit. But you just see them dance and sometimes swirl around, and I think they like the infrared. But then there's some nights that it's, not calm, and I don't see a whole lot. Tonight they're active. Maybe they like the slightly warmer weather.
Maybe I decided to come out and play.
So do I know them or what they are? No, I'm not an expert. I will never be an expert. I don't know what they are. I just know they're not bugs. And we see them all winter long. And sometimes they do kind of flash, and just kind of blink and say, "Hi, I'm here."
Now they could be something else coming from another dimension, or just a glimpse. Or seeing glimpses of them coming through the veil, or
that's what I'm thinking. I think they're interdimensional.
Other than that, I don't know how to explain them.
I think they're interdimensional, and here lately, even behind the barn, because when I watch all 8 cameras behind the barn, I've been seeing some beautiful big orbs just floating behind the barn. Just gorgeous. I don't know what they are. I just know there's no bugs flying out there in Illinois now. There's not even any possums, skunks, and no animals out there, let alone bugs.
So Tammy got a witch's knot. Is that what she's saying?
Oh, really?
Did you take a picture of it? I'd like to see it and compare it to the ones that we have.
I was just going to say, did you take a picture? And Ida, I don't think we have granite. Or we wouldn't have granite here, would we? I have a lot of crystals outside. That could be drawing them in. I've got a whole rock garden out there, and there's real crystals and gemstones and geodes and selenite.
I mean, I don't really know.
In the ground. I don't know if we've got granite in the ground or anything here.
Well, I'm assuming that Illinois has granite in it.
Or maybe
I'm not 100% positive, but I don't know.
Well, years ago, somebody kind of read our property, and she said she was picking up minerals in the field, but she didn't know what minerals. But she said Sasquatch was drawn to the minerals in this field. I don't know about that. We could be on a ley line. This could be an old game trail that was nonstop going to the Illinois River back and forth, and don't know.
So I have.
No, I didn't.
I think I have our pictures still up here somewhere.
What?
I think.
Oh, Blazer. How can you tell that it's a dad's joke? It's a parent. How you know it's not a mom's joke? You mean moms can't tell jokes? Huh?
Right.
Yeah. Huh? So yeah, this field does not belong to us. It just connects to our backyard. Oh yeah.
So we talked about this before on our shows.
That's the day we bought our 3 baby goats. All the animals were in the same pen together.
So that's what we're calling, or people consider a witch's knot. And you can see how it looks like it's braided, and a couple of the pictures that I think they are even looks like they're even tied off.
But that's the one that's crazy down at the bottom.
So that's what people are calling witches' knots, or elves or fairies that ride your horses at night. So they say if you ever wonder why you come into the barn in the morning and your horse is all sweaty and like it's been on a ride all night, and then you see this in their mane, there's the folklore or the thing that witches or elves will ride them.
No,
they like to braid their hair.
I call them squatch notches.
And there is stories of that too.
Yep, I think they're squatch notches. I just sensed them around that barn when we were picking up those baby goats. Because their farm is even closer to the Illinois River than what we are. They're right next to the Illinois River.
So these are not our horses, but we did take the pictures because we noticed them on the horses that day. We were out there getting our goats.
And the miniature horses, the miniature donkeys, none of them had them, just the 2 large horses.
So if you look up online, witches' knots, or I don't know if it's elf knots or fairy knots, but definitely witches' knots. And a lot of people talk about Sasquatch or Bigfoot like to come in and stroke the hairs of the manes on the horses and tie the same exact kind of stuff on them.
Yeah, they might be in this city, because if they're interdimensional, we don't know what their dimension looks like that is upon your city area in your dimension. We've kind of discussed that before also. Their dimension may be totally different. And they've been seen in the cities quite a bit here the last few years, in abandoned homes and stuff. You never know.
Explains what's going on with my hair.
Yeah, I saw that. That's funny. Oh, Blazer. I think I'm a shapeshifter. I used to be 150 pounds when I was younger.
Yes. So there you go. There's what we caught as far as which is not, like I said, it's not our horses, but we did experience it as far as finding them on somebody else's horses. So we took those pictures ourselves, and there you go.
We need to go back and visit. Man, this June, 6 months away, we've had our little goats for 2 years. That's
Oh,
crazy. We've had them that long. And they're cold out in the barn. I did let the chickens out. What was it? Yesterday I let the chickens out for a couple hours. They enjoyed it. But you can see that they just stepped on the snow a little bit in that one pen area. They turned around and went back. But then eventually a few of them braved out. I saw little chicken feet marks all over the snow. But I haven't let the goats out. They're in there. The 3 babies are all, I still call them babies. They're always going to be my babies. But they've been huddling together. And Gary's been in a dog kennel sleeping. But yeah, they're cold out in that barn. And one of the stray kitties have been out there. Shoot, how many days? 5 days now? Grab the yellow kitty. If you guys watch the cameras, the yellow guy is the only friendly one. He's the only one that we can pet out of all the stray cats. And I left the door open and lured him in, and I shut the door, and he's been out there protected from all the snowstorm and the high winds and the cold weather. And I think I'm going to let him out tomorrow. It's supposed to be close to 30.
yeah, let the poor
He'll
guy
be out
out.
for a few days, and
Poor guy.
he's been sleeping on the front porch on a blanket, so he'll probably go back and sleep on the swing on the front porch. But I had him in there for several days because of the cold and the snow and the high winds. And here comes the train if anybody's watching the 24/7. That's always creepy when they come down the track through the trees. Crazy. Yeah, I'm counting down days to spring.
What?
I don't like the cold. Don't like the cold. I'm ready to sit outside.
Sit outside and drink some tea or coffee and
Honk, honk. You can hear that through the basement wall.
hi, May.
Hi, Mimi. What's the topic? Well, kind of talked about a couple different things.
We did a straw in the wind report from Jane's great uncle and read that off about a UFO that her grandpa saw. And then we got on the topic of witches' knots. And then here pretty soon we're going to read Creepy Acres cryptid history report. And then people were talking about my friend over there in the corner. If you can, depend on what kind of device you're watching, or TV or computer, you can see the big sock monkey over there. We talked about him a little bit. And so I said I don't have a name for him. He's just a sock monkey. So he needs a name. So if you guys in chat want to throw out some names, and maybe eventually we'll give them a name if we like it. So what's all going on with you guys here in chat? We've been trying to keep up with you guys and seeing what's going on besides the weather, and everybody likes to talk about the weather. I keep forgetting to put the
What'd I miss?
nothing.
Pringle. Talking about Pringles?
Keep forgetting to put the banner up. So if anybody wants to Go to our merch store. It's Midwest nightwatchers.printful.me. And if you guys want to get a hold of us or send us pictures or stories or anything, it's midwestnightwatchers@gmail.com.
Yeah, we were talking about sock monkeys. Sock monkeys and cryptids and UFOs. Beetle goose.
Cyrus, the sock monkey.
They're going to name the sock monkey Cyrus.
I don't know. I just told them if anybody in chat has a good name or what they think the sock monkey should be, maybe we'll pick one of the names out of the chat. We'll have this going on for a while and see what a good. I don't know what a good name for a sock monkey or what he looks like or feels like to me. So we'll have to see.
Blazer, I already got confused. My best friend's sister's boyfriend's brother's girlfriend heard. Are you sure it wasn't boyfriend's girlfriend's cousin? Heard that this guy who knew a kid.
This is from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, the movie. First of all,
Oh, that's a good one too. Penelope.
Penelope.
Penelope. That's cute.
I was thinking he was a guy, but I don't know. I guess it could be a girl, but I was thinking it was a guy. So I don't know.
Well, he's a Christmas sock monkey. We can name him Chris.
He was given away at Christmas. I don't know if he was necessarily a Christmas monkey or not, but
Well, doesn't he have a Christmas hat on?
He was a Christmas present.
Isn't that a Christmas hat on?
He's got a stocking cap
or stocking cap. Okay.
Or something. I don't know.
We can name him Chris. Melvin the sock monkey.
Melvin.
Oh Lord.
You know, I don't even know, and I don't know if Mom ever said if her monkey had a name. I can't remember.
Really?
Yeah, I can't remember. She always talked about her sock monkey, but I don't remember if she ever said or
she named it.
Yeah.
So you said one of your sisters has the original sock monkey of hers?
I think she does.
Squatchy the sock monkey. Squatchy socky monkey.
Wow.
Squatchy socky.
Got Squatchy, Penelope, Cyrus, and Blazer's thrown about 100 of them earlier up there. Bombas? Oh, as in Bombas, a sock company? 12 more to go. Blazer does like a drive-by in chat. It's just like
if you need to search something, he's right on it. I love it. We got good mods. We got good people. We got good friends. He's definitely a boy. So Sock Monkey is a boy.
I think he's a boy, but I don't know. That's just the feeling I'm getting. There's nothing that tells me otherwise. I don't know if all sock monkeys were boys or if kids thought their sock monkey were girls or.
I don't know.
Hi, Jason.
Hi, Jason. I don't think I ever had a sock monkey. I had a Mr. Ed puppet.
Yeah, just call him George.
Yeah.
Like Bugs Bunny.
George the sock monkey.
I will call him George. I will hug him and love him and squeeze him.
And call him George. Monisha's going to make a sock monkey tomorrow.
Well, you're gonna make a sock monkey? Make a sock alien.
A sock alien. We can start a new trend. Sock alien.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess you could make a sock alien and come out pretty good. I don't know about a sock Bigfoot.
The sock squatch.
Yeah, sock squatch.
A sock squatch.
There you go.
Put hair on it. Sock squatch.
I like that. That'd probably be a good seller. Sock squatch. There you go, newbie. You can make a fortune off of making sock squatches. There we go.
Sock alien.
No, blazer.
I love sock.
Yeah, sock aliens.
Sock squatch.
Sock squatch.
I had Raggedy Ann and Andy. I still have them upstairs. Raggedy Ann and Andy.
Now I know
And a Holly Hoppy doll. I had a Holly Hoppy doll.
I know growing up my sisters had, or one of them had, Raggedy Ann and Andy.
Yeah.
But I don't think my mom did, but as an adult, going over to mom's, I noticed that she did have a Raggedy Ann, but I don't think it was from her childhood or anything. So I think she went out and bought herself a Raggedy Ann.
Ah. See, I wasn't in the Barbies, but I had some of these things. I had to play with a bed spring because we didn't have the money for a slinky.
Tammy says you should patent that.
The sock squatch?
Sock squatch.
The sock alien?
I don't know about the alien. The alien's kind of cute. That'd be neat. But the sock squatch has a good ring to it. I like that.
Sock squatch.
So I don't know if anybody else has ever said that or came up with it, but you heard it here first if we're the first ones to say it.
Yeah. It's copyrighted. Sock dolls for Bigfoot. Hey, yeah, they might like sock monkeys. Yeah.
Yeah, they're juveniles and babies might like playing with sock squatches.
The sock squatch comes with a pet rock.
Ours would come with a blue ball.
Yeah, ours would come with a blue ball.
Maybe sock squatch comes with a baby human.
Oh.
So would sock or Sasquatches or Bigfoots, would their dolls be human form or their form? Probably their form, right?
They might like sock monkeys. And put some hair on it.
He'll use them as socks.
That's funny, Tammy. What the heck is that? An airplane?
I wonder how hard it'd be to make a sock monkey to look like a Sasquatch.
It is an airplane.
I can hear it.
Boy, that's low. That's low if you can hear an airplane in the basement.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Maybe it's a drone.
They're listening to us. Hi. Well, it's one of these little private planes, one of these tiny little planes. It's not a passenger jet.
I don't think we want to get that realistic, Blazer.
What? But they smell differently. I've heard that they smell flowery sometimes too. Oh, that sounds weird. Doesn't it sound like the engine's going low?
Oh, it's probably just a black helicopter landing in our backyard. I wouldn't worry about it.
It's not a helicopter.
Oh,
That's just so weird we can hear it this well down here in the basement.
they could be just like we talked about Cabbage Patch dolls. The sock squatches could have a certificate with names on them.
Sell them with dirty diapers? I have the screenshot.
Of what?
I don't know. Of a plane. Our plane? How'd you get a screenshot? Are you outside?
He's probably what?
It's not like he took a screenshot of the plane that just went over our house.
Oh, he's probably watching the feed, I would assume.
Oh,
I don't think he's in our backyard.
I don't hear it now, so it's gone.
Oh, maybe he's on 24 radar or something.
Google Earth?
No. 24/7 radar for airplanes.
Oh, Tammy said she left. The helicopter driver jumps out with the sock doll. Oh, he said, I have flight radar. It was a tiny plane.
Tiny bubbles.
Tiny plane. Smelly Squatch tube socks.
Oh, Tammy said the diapers was because Blazer said sell them stinky.
What?
Now what are you doing?
He did take a screenshot. It does say Ukraine Air Alliance.
Probably come pick up their money.
Or whatever. I mean, that was a weird sounding plane. What the heck? I'm going to send that to you, but you don't have your phone with you, do you?
Nope.
No, never mind. You have Messenger? You have your tablet?
Yeah.
You do have your tablet?
Yeah. You made me go get it.
I didn't make you.
Yeah, you did. For the show, you made me go get it.
Mini. All right, where are you?
All
There.
right.
So I sent it to you. Look at it. It's creepy. I mean, that was a very strange sounding plane. And we're down here in the basement. You don't hear airline jets and stuff like that when they cross over.
Oh, yeah.
We get plenty going to Chicago. That's why you see a lot of planes blinking on our 24/7 camera. They're going to Chicago or coming from Chicago. Or they're chemtrailing. That's weird, Blazer. Wow.
It's too bad you didn't get a picture of it from our
Yeah, but I'm
24/7.
Yeah, but I'm facing northwest, and it sounded like it was going over our house. You know, the other direction. And the way Blazer screenshotted, it did sound like it was over there.
It's not an actual picture of the plane, Tammy. It's just what flight radar showed
Yeah.
as far as the path it was taking.
And it tells you exactly what the plane is. Because I was watching these planes, they had a weird blink to it. So I finally told Garrett, I said, will you please get your tablet and get flight radar out? And come to find out they're FedEx and UPS planes. And I went, oh, okay, that's why they're going a different direction and stuff like that from the passenger.
I mean, I'll bring it up if you want to see it, but it's not an actual picture of a plane going across our yard or anything. It's just an app that shows the flight path of planes.
And sometimes if you see a light in that field, there is, we're the last street in town, so there's side streets that's coming down close to our house, and you'll see the headlights, and then you'll see that they're turning this direction or that direction down our street. So you'll see a lot of headlights in the field too. But yeah, that was a strange sounding plane. And it did sound low. Wow, wow, wow.
So at 1:30, we'll do a cryptid report.
1:30, 11:30?
Well, hour and 30. We're in an hour and 30 minutes, so 11:30 our time, I guess.
So newbie, did you saw the bright light? Did it kind of like brighten the whole field, or? Because I know the plane would have been, on the other side. I know the camera wouldn't have been on. The plane wouldn't have been on the camera. That's weird. We don't have a solar storm or anything, do we? Because some of these clouds look kind of streaky tonight, like northern lights are starting or something. We don't have a chance of northern lights, do we?
The other day we did, but I don't know about now. I haven't heard anything lately.
All right. All right.
All right.
She said just the sky, and it was bright.
Wow. Well, if it's foggy out or if there's any kind of mist in the air or anything, a plane has
like a headlight,
like headlights on them, so it will brighten up the sky in front of it as it's flying.
Wow.
If that's what you saw. Otherwise, I don't know. Something else could have brightened up the sky.
Nothing's surprising me now. Ever since the new year started, there's been weird, crazy stuff happening daily. Yeah, it's wild.
And we were talking today about the drones. What happened to the drones?
Yeah, is anybody hearing any reports? Are they done? Nobody's seeing drones anymore?
Or is it just old news now and nobody cares about them? Or we had a couple over Chicago.
At the beginning,
first, right after it was happening in New Jersey. And then now I don't hear anybody talking about them. I mean, they're still talking about drones and what were they and why were they here, but I don't hear any new reports of people getting excited about drones.
No, I'm not seeing any videos or anything either. Yeah, see, Clay says I haven't heard anything. Yeah, it's like ever since the beginning of the year. Like I think someone said New Year's. Nobody's talking about it. It's like the new year started and boom, drones disappeared. That's strange.
Well, the distraction evidently is over. Whatever they're distracting us from.
Whatever they're finding. Wow, I know. Now we're focused on another direction. So after that, it's going to be something else. Or is there something going on that we're not looking at because we're focused on all this other stuff?
Maybe.
And all the freak storms. And the fog.
Yeah, so we've had drones. We've had...
Hey, Roger.
Hi, Roger.
Yeah, we've had drones. We've had fog. We've had...
wildfires.
Tornadoes, blizzard warnings, ice storm.
Polar vortexes. What else?
Well, it's only the 8th day, so we got to wait till tomorrow. Volcano or earthquake. Oh, there's 4 or 5 planes that have crashed in 2 weeks? That's been something.
See, now I haven't. You keep telling me that, but I still haven't seen anything on those yet.
Really? Has anyone in chat heard about the planes going down. There was like 3 in one weekend. So yeah, I'm hearing on some podcasts about planes going down. Blazer's on it. He's Googling. No, New Orleans. Yeah, there's been quite a few crazy stuff. Okay, Tanya says she's heard about the planes.
Hi, Tanya. I don't know if I said hi to you earlier or not.
I think the podcast I was listening to last night said it was the 5th plane that went down.
Wow.
5th one.
That's crazy.
And Tanya says fog related, I thought.
Oh, wow.
Modisha heard about the planes. Okay.
Well, I'm sure there is. I just thought it was kind of weird. Of course, I've slowed down on watching a lot of videos here lately because I've been so busy.
But it's so rare you hear about plane crashes, and all of a sudden there's like 5 in like 2 weeks. It just seems odd.
But usually I'll see a Instagram or a Facebook reel or a TikTok or something on them. But I haven't really been scrolling through the videos like I have been busy doing shows and making up stuff and figuring out words behind ink blots and
Good evening, Claudette.
All kinds of stuff. Hi, Claudette. So thanks everybody for coming tonight. So we got the creepy history from Creepy Acres to talk about yet, and whatever else we bring up in chat or you guys bring up, and
you got a few Creepy Acres if they want.
Well, if we
want more than one.
See, I don't know when they come out necessarily, so if I read them all in one night, then we might not have one for next week.
Oh, I see.
I'm assuming there'll be one for next week, but I don't know. So they Creepy Acres brings the stories today in creepy history. So it's whatever an event that's weird or paranormal or cryptid happens, they make up an article writing about it on the specific date. So there might not be one for next Wednesday, but I don't know.
Jason said we're funny. Thank you.
You should see us when we're trying to be funny.
We're just trying to be ourselves.
We're just having fun with you guys, hanging out, talking about whatever comes up, and
typical couples.
We have a weird sense of humor, just like everybody else, or at least I think like everybody else. Maybe we're weirder, or maybe you guys are weirder. I don't know. Maybe we're on the same level. I don't know.
We've been together 20 years, so yeah, we keep saying, "Get out of my head." You know, we think the same time, or same thoughts at the same time. Go, stop it! Just get out of my head.
But no, we just like hanging out with you guys and having fun, and doesn't have to be serious. Can be serious. Doesn't have to be.
We can be serious. I can be in my bad moods.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Don't talk to me until I get my coffee and my first cigar. Deviled eggs and beans, atomic bomb. What the heck was that? Oh, never mind. It's a cat upstairs. I just heard the, well, it was a cat meowing down the hallway.
That's weird. We don't have any cats.
Oh, we don't? Just a dog?
We have a dog. So yeah, we have animals. So we come down downstairs, and we have our computers, and I guess you'd call it a studio, whatever you want to call this.
Yeah.
Background studio.
And this is my recording studio and my instruments.
So the animals, the cats and the dog is upstairs enjoying the furniture, I'm assuming.
And you can hear them tapping on the hardwood floor. I still don't know how the kids slept down here.
Oh, no.
It's noisy upstairs. a cat jumps off the couch and hears this thump.
At least they haven't came through the floor yet.
There's like 3 cats. Well, 2. Yeah, there's 3 cats that we allow down here once in a while.
Yeah, they get to venture down here. And they're the ones that like to snuggle and lay on a pillow or blanket and behave. And
they're good kitties.
Not that the other ones are bad, but they're just a little more rambunctious.
And I just don't twist them around my instruments and crystals and things.
Once in a while, our dog will be down here when we do a show. If it's tired, and it'll just lay on the pillow or blankets down there behind Jane and snooze through the show. So if you ever hear snoring, it's probably the doggy. Although we do have a cat that snores really loud. That's kind of,
oh my gosh, he's bad.
Or purrs. I don't know if it's really a snore or a purr or what it is.
Well, the one brother, it's our 2 long-haired white cats. One brother snores and the other one purrs in his sleep, and he doesn't stop purring. And it's loud. You know, the dog was making funny noises the other night.
All right. It's 11.
It is Creepy Acre time.
So this one, I'll read the headline that Creepy Acres put at the top of the header for it, and then I will show you the actual picture and article of what Creepy Acres put out. So this is not our content. This is for entertainment purposes and just interest story that we like to share, and I hope they don't mind.
Crap. Blazer and Newbie, look on the 24/7. Is he still there?
I don't know.
Yep. That I don't think is a coyote. I think that's our timber wolf or the coy dog.
So you should bring it up.
I don't know how.
I know. I've explained or tried to explain it or tell you to do it.
Wolf. That is not a coyote. Coyotes are brown. They have a longer snout. I still think this is a timber wolf or a coy dog. He is finally coming into the garden. He usually just runs along the field, and that's it. Look how big he is. Holy crap. That's twice the size of our fox. Oh my gosh.
Probably a coyote mixed with something else, or I don't know.
Be, yeah, but it looks more like a timber wolf than a coyote. And that's what I have been seeing on and off for the last several months. And he's finally coming into the garden. He must really be hungry now.
Well, take a snapshot of it.
I did. I am. I took a small video. He's twice the size of our fox. And he's not a fox. He don't have black legs. So, for entertainment purposes only. Man, he looks like a wolf. Yeah, you're going to have to show me how to screen share. Everyone go to the 24/7 real quick, because he's still in the garden. If you want to check him out, because I don't know how to screen share on this computer quite yet.
Okay.
Like I said, most of our coyotes are brown. They're kind of skinnier. They have a longer snout. And our coyotes usually don't have that big, giant, fluffy tail like a wolf and a fox has.
Well, Roger said could be a coyote and wolf mix. Blazer says coyote.
But the thing is, this guy is always by himself. He is not in a pack. Every time I see him going on that game trail along the field, he is always by himself.
Monisha says it's an SW.
He's big. Wow.
Blazer put the
he's staying a long time
link
too.
in chat for you guys.
He must be running out of food if he's that desperate being in the garden this long. And there he goes. Look how fluffy his tail is. Oh my goodness.
So what did you take the screen capture and picture on? The computer or the
My tablet, the tablet off of the app where you take videos and pictures. Oh, he's coming back.
Well, send it to me and I'll bring it up. Blazer says it's a coyote.
He's a pretty healthy coyote. My goodness. And he's always by himself. Wow. He's a good
Jason. Jason says, not in my area, not much weird things happening around me. So he says he's good for right now. See, I don't think wolves always travel in packs. I think every once in a while the male or the alpha or somebody will venture out by themselves. I'm assuming the pack's not far away, but I don't think they'll always be in packs when you see them.
All right, sent you the best picture so far.
I don't know. I'm no by no means no expert on wolves or coyotes or anything, but I've seen a lot of them. And
well, I know when we see coyotes cross the road, and then once in a while in the field, they just seem smaller and skinnier and a longer snout, and they look more brown.
Because even coyotes will come up individually and check things out, or they'll send out a scout, or they're foraging for an area to look for a kill or food or whatever, and then they'll do their call to bring the other ones in, or they'll drag off whatever, if it's a carcass or kill or whatever. But our garden is full of some tasty morsels for them, so they would have to come up here and eat out of the garden once in a while or see what's there. So
no, it's usually like broth, like chicken broth or a pork roast broth. I put a bunch of bread in, just soak the old bread in it, and I just dump it out in the garden for the possums or anything. Even the stray cats come up and just gnaw on the soggy bread. Man, he's healthy. And he's staying a long time.
Blazer says if it was a wolf, it'd try to blow your house down.
I mean, he just looks more like, like a German Shepherd, husky German Shepherd markings. Because to me, a lot of our coyotes are, like the solid brown. So he's, like that. Well, we sent this picture to a couple of people, and they said they think it's a coy dog.
Did you send it to
me? Yeah. Check your messenger.
All right. Well, you talk to everybody while I do this.
Yeah,
Jason, thanks for coming. We like you guys all coming in our chat and hanging out. You make the night fun for us also.
Well, good night, Jason. But yeah, we sent this to a couple people, and they think it's coy dogs. A combination of a dog and coyote. It could be German Shepherd coyote. Who knows? But to me, he just looks more wolf in the face and the head than a coyote. But man, this is the first time he's really come up and stayed. The other night he grabbed something and then took off. And most of the time he just runs along that game trail, along the field, and that's it.
That kind of looks like a coyote to me also.
What?
Looks like a coyote to me also, but I don't know.
Wow.
All right.
That's cool.
Let me send it to the computer, and then
Is your house old? When was our house built? 50s?
I think so.
I think it was the 50s. Wow, he's staying for a long time. Nice. Head like a fox. Yeah, I mean, he's fluffy. I mean, he reminds me of a husky or a German Shepherd, with the big, they're more have a mane. He just looks more German Shepherd, Husky, Timber Wolf, Fox. Then he does a coyote. If you type in Illinois coyote, they're just kind of skinny and scrawny, and they look like a sick dog. I mean, they're brown. They got a longer snout. They're kind of skinnier in the head.
You're
Oh my gosh, he's stretching.
sick. Is he still out there?
Oh
I
my!
thought you said he went away.
He went in Connie's yard and turned around and he came back. You know, he's still here. I saw him playing in the snow the other night. He was hopping around and bouncing, you know, kind of like what a fox does. He was out there playing in the snow.
Oh
And
yeah.
that's when he came in and finally grabbed something out of the garden and then took off. Man, he's got a healthy coat on.
All
him.
right.
Wow.
Let's see. Where am I going to put this? Hang on, everybody.
How's that, Blazer
give me
and
a
Patty?
second.
There you go. Look at that, Blazer and Patty. I just zoomed in. That just don't look like coyote markings to me.
Did you take another picture?
Yeah, I have been on and off.
No, I mean when you zoomed in.
Yeah, I'm taking them now. He stopped and looked straight at the camera.
Oh.
I don't know, that tail looks like a fox. I just didn't think.
Okay.
All right, are you gone? Let me check the. Oh, there he is. He's over there by the fire pit now. Come on, focus.
Okay, here we go. Here's the first picture that you sent me anyway. So I'll see how big I can make that. So that's the picture that Jane sent, which is off our security camera. So you can see it says garden. You can see the date stamp and time. And this is, if you can see this right there, that's one of the other cameras that we have. So if I zoom in, I don't know if it's going to get blurry or not, but
that's not what I wanted. It's just
so it is getting blurry.
Hold on.
But you can roughly see.
I sent you the close up. Go back.
So that does look like a coyote to me.
Oh, he's a poor lonely coyote because he's always been by himself.
But like I said, they travel in packs.
And he maybe got kicked out of the pack.
Well, they do come up individually. They spread out, and that's when they roam the area. And whoever finds something good, and once they eat or have their little taste, then they will go out and they'll make their call to draw. If it's something important or something good, they'll make their calls and bring the other ones here. Or like you said, he could have been kicked out, or could have been.
Oh, he can hear the camera. He just looked over when I zoomed in. Oh, wow.
So do you have a better picture than this one?
I just sent it. I sent you that one that I closed. Oh, he's got a breadstick from last night. Oh my God. I threw out a whole breadstick. He just took off with the whole breadstick. Yeah, no, he's over there. He's just in the neighbor's yard. Oh, you like that breadstick, huh? Might be a couple frozen bites of lasagna. You get it?
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's when he was looking straight at the. Oh, now he's going to lay down and chew on that breadstick. Oh my gosh. Focus, focus, focus. Focus. He's wagging his tail like a dog. Do coyotes do that?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I'm assuming.
I'm taking a video now. He's stretching again. Oh, wow.
so.
Wow, he's fluffy.
You didn't like it.
Man, his markings just remind me of a German Shepherd.
Yeah.
What you doing?
I must do of
Wow. And he's gone. Where'd you go?
this is the one I want. I saved the wrong picture.
Well, why'd you do that?
I don't know.
Oh, I didn't see him go behind the barn. Where'd you go, dude? Never went behind the barn.
All right.
You must have went straight out in the field
Let's
instead.
see what we got here.
Oh, there he goes. He's behind the barn. Now I see him.
Okay. So this is the newest one that Jane sent. I don't know, I can probably get it bigger.
Where'd you go? I know. Now, oh, there I see his eyeballs. I was going to say the barn, when you get too close to the barn, it makes a glare. And he's still back behind the barn.
So are you looking? Are you paying attention?
Oh, what you just pulled up?
I mean, I thought this is what you sent, so I figured you wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, that's when I zoomed in. Well, he's a coyote. He's definitely a healthy coyote. Or it could be a coy dog, like the two guys said that we sent the pictures to. They said it looks like coy dogs. Combination of a coyote and a dog. Which could be. It just looks more German Shepherd, like Timber Wolf German Shepherd to me than a coyote. A coy wolf? Oh, coy wolf. I mean, timber wolves are coming down from Wisconsin, aren't they?
We do have timber wolves in Illinois, and wolf. I don't know if you want to consider it a timber wolf or not, but I'm hearing wolves are coming down from the upper states. Wisconsin, Michigan, and they venture into Illinois that way. It's definitely from Wisconsin, right above us. So.
Very cool. I'm glad I saw that on the other camera and zoomed down on this one that was live. That was interesting. Well, thank you for showing up to our Night Owl Lounge, Mr.
Yeah, gave us
Coy Wolf Dog, whatever you are.
To talk about.
Coy Wolf Dog Fox. Sasquatch. Oh, that does look like a coy wolf. Wow. Here, make me big real for a second.
Well, I gotta take all this down then.
Oh. That's a coy wolf.
It doesn't look like that. I don't think.
The ears.
I know, but I mean, I don't know. I can't. I mean, yeah, I guess it does body wise, maybe, but
now, do foxes cross with coyotes? Are they that close?
I don't know.
Similar to these other ones crossing over? Because that tail, goodness sakes, that tail was fluffy.
Yeah, maybe the plane dropped them off.
Yeah. This darn blanket. Get back up there. Now I'm losing you. Now I'm really losing my blanket. Sasquatch is sliding on me. That's interesting. We had a weird plane. We had a weird critter. And I haven't seen the deer in several days. And we may not see geese for a while either.
Good night, Ida.
Stupid goose hunters got a few geese in the field last night. It's probably going to scare off the geese for a while. Doggone them. Coyote fox hybrid. Coy fox. There is such a thing then, huh? It's not a real species. Explain foxes that are the same. Dogs. Oh, so they cannot cross with them. All right. Then it's more of a coy wolf, coy dog, or it's just a very healthy coyote.
Well, I know they do with wolves. I know they do with dogs. Anything else? I don't have a clue.
I just know when I've seen coyotes like run across the road and stuff, they're always just kind of skinny and scrawny and they just look unhealthy. No, they just look like not really mangy, but they just look skinny, scrawny, with a long snout. That was interesting. Thank you. And the orbs behind the barn is crazy. I still think there's a portal back there. Maybe that's where the little rock circle we found. Maybe they're showing us where the portal is.
Oh, I don't know. Should have left it there. Should have marked it then.
He does look huge and fluffy. Yeah. I mean, more so than what I normally see coyotes. The first time I saw him was last spring, and I thought it was a fox. I even did the video. It's on our channel, and I said, "Hello, Mr. Fox." I don't think that's.
I keep telling you. I keep telling you, when I used to hunt and my friends hunt, he hunted coyotes all the time, and he had some gorgeous pelts of coyotes. So they do get big and they do get fluffy. I'm just
wow.
I keep telling you this, and you keep acting like coyotes don't look nice, and they do. They actually have a really nice pelt and coat.
Well, it was the first time he finally came up and actually ate out of the garden. So
now, as far as coloring and patches like wolves and stuff, that's unusual for coyotes. So I don't know.
Barn portal.
Portal,
good move.
Portal of the barn.
Barn portal.
No, it's portal of the barn.
Chickens disappear. Chickens come back.
Sock squatches.
Oh, that was interesting. We just haven't seen the deer in quite a few days. I thought they'd show up because it snowed. Because that's when they usually show up. Because they know there's corn in the garden. Man, we're talking about
as winter gets in, I mean, it's less just like any animal, if their food source gets low or whatever they eat, and they'll come to our area because we do put scraps out once in a while and stuff out. So I
good night, Tanya. Yeah, if they don't get the scraps, the chickens get the scraps.
So we try to give stuff to the outside animals too, but we don't try to make a habit out of it because we don't want them necessarily coming to our yard all the time. Or it's out by the field, by the way. It's not close to the house or anything. So
when it comes spring and I need my garden, that's when they, the deer need to, stop. They go eat green. So that I do stop. I just do this in the winter time. So they have some kind of a food source. And don't see much skunks anymore, or the raccoon I haven't seen in weeks. Now I need to send coyote food. There's plenty of old bread and stuff that I throw out.
But we don't want them. We don't want them to become dependent on us, and we don't bait. We don't hunt. So
I just do this.
Nothing like that. We just enjoy seeing the animals, and when they show up, once in a while, we'll give them a treat or something, or make sure that they get a food source now and then. And we got water bowls and stuff for the outside animals. So Roadrunner kibble. Beep beep.
No, our little mom and pop grocery store sells Preference Farm bread for only $1.25. It's old bread, not too old, but it's like day old or whatever. $1.25 for Preference Farm bread. I just go in there and buy like 10, 12. You get buns and pumpkin bread and bagels and all of it's $1.25. So I go in there and buy like 10 to 12 and throw out a loaf here and there. Give the chicken some, goat some. Cheaper than buying animal food. It was a Roadrunner kibble. But here in a few months, we'll stop feeding them. Then they have to just go after sunflower seeds if they're hungry.
And the skunks and the possums, they like sunflower seeds.
Yeah, they like the sunflower seeds or leftover peanuts that the Blue Jays didn't finish. Day old bread. You can't beat $1.25 for Preference Farm bread. And we were in a name brand store, and what was it, like $5 for Preference Farm?
Yeah.
So selling it for $1.25, and it's pretty good bread for critters. I throw some out for the birds on the front porch.
Yeah, so the birds on the front porch and the cats on the front porch. When the cats show up, we'll put a little bit of our inside cat food outside for them, and they got a heated water bowl out there, and they got a blanket underneath of our porch swing. So if they want to spend the night, they can. And we try not to feed the possums and coons on our front porch, but sometimes they get a little snack if the cats don't eat all of it. So that's just the way it goes. And
well, we should tell our front porch story that we've had a few little stray cats. Well, this one little guy that we're kind of attached to, call him Little Egypt. Well, he gets beat up by the yellow guy, you know. Well, anyway, the yellow guy started sleeping on the swing. So I went, I'm just going to get a cardboard box and put a blanket in it and put it underneath the swing on the front porch. No, he didn't use the box underneath the swing to protect himself from the weather. He still slept on top of the swing on the other blanket. Well, come to find out, on the security camera for a few nights, a possum would go in there and he's sleeping on the blanket. It's like he's in a Hilton. And it's just like, oh man, this is perfect. And he's inside this warm little cardboard box with a blanket. So we finally had to get rid of it because no, we don't need a possum sleeping on our front porch when the mail lady comes up and has a possum come running out. So, but we'll feed him. But no, he's not getting a blanket and a nice cozy little box.
So we're probably the crazy ones that actually go to the store and buy food like that for the outside animals. And so we spend a little extra. We spoil our outside animals.
Himalayan possum. Yeah, he had a nice little hotel there. A blanket. It was a fuzzy blanket too. It was one of these little like Angora blankets. He had it made. No, I'm sorry, bud. You cannot sleep on our front porch. They've got to be cold. Poor little things.
I don't know. They venture out in the winter. They go out when it's snowing and cold out. So, I mean,
they must have thick skin like a goose and a duck. They swim in the ice water and it don't bother them.
I think it's more if they're hungry, then they go out and they eat. And then otherwise they go, I don't think they hibernate or anything, but I think they do probably is able to get warm and slow their metabolism down and sleep. And then when it warms up a little bit or not so stormy out, then they come back out and start the whole cycle over again. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking, but
Himalayan. I just really thought the deer would start showing up again.
I mean, it's just like the deer and everything else that's outside. They know when the storms are coming, and they go hunker down and sleep or try to weather out the storm. And then when the storm passes and it warms up a little bit, or normal temperature for the time of season, then they come back out and start looking for food sources again.
Well, I guess the coyote, dog, wolf, dog, coy dog, whatever it is, interrupted our Creepy Acre report.
Oh,
We never finished it.
yeah. Well, I didn't even start it.
Yeah, well, you're just starting the headline.
Yeah, you went crazy and rogue on me, and
yeah, well, I look over and went, holy crap, he's in the garden finally. That was cool.
so I guess that was more fun than Creepy Acres anyway.
I usually just get a trot by. Is that what you call it? A little trot by.
Drive by, trot by.
Yeah, a little trot by, and that's usually it when I see him. I've gotten pictures of him like behind the barn, but that was a nice close up that I took. My goodness. Oh,
that'd be a nice place to lay down the golf course. When I played golf, we always have geese and stuff come up there and try to run off with your golf ball or take it or lay down and squat at you and wouldn't let you near it. And
they steal your golf balls?
Yeah.
That'd be funny. How can you finish your game? Like, my golf ball just got taken.
You eventually they get pissed and tired of you, and they eventually just waddle off, and you can continue to play, or it just depends if they're nasty enough. I mean, they're pretty vicious sometimes. Sometimes you just like, okay, walk away. Just okay, it's a golf ball. Let them have it, and you just
yeah, they thought they were eggs. That's funny. Count one stroke for goose hazard.
Yeah, it should get a mulligan or something.
Cobra chickens?
Cobra chickens.
Well, that's pretty cool. I haven't even seen one possum tonight, not even on the front porch. So all we had was a coy dog or whatever that thing is.
I don't know. It could be a coyote. It could be a mixture. I'm not 100%. I'm up in the air about it.
Don't know. I just know it's big. It's twice the size of our fox that normally comes up. Or 2 foxes. I think we have 2 foxes. So you want to do the Creepy Acres before we close up?
Oh, all right.
Just a thing. We'll just call it a thing. It looks like you're looking at Geralt. Oh, does it? If I look over here, I'm looking at the... All right, so if I'm looking at the 8 cameras, it looks like I'm looking at you.
Oh.
Cool.
Yeah, no, we're both downstairs, but we're in separate rooms.
Yeah, he's right back in there, that way. He's on the other side of the basement. That's funny.
She doesn't like being in the same room. So
we started out on the tablet, believe it or not. We were both together sitting where you're at. We were just in front of the tablets at the beginning. Then we were on separate tablets. Now we're on computers with microphones and lights and cameras. Oh my. And I hear a dog tapping.
So this is what's that? Get rid of it.
Turning you off.
So this is Creepy Acres. And it says many U.S. newspapers of the 1800s published stories of ape men, wild men, gorillas, and other mysterious hairy hominids. It is unclear if these stories were merely fanciful fanciful, yeah, tales created to sell newspapers, or perhaps they were recounting true encounters between early Americans and North Americans' most elusive denizen, Bigfoot. Keep it creepy.
Hairy hominids?
Yeah, hairy, like hairy people.
That's weird. I'm going to go get the dog and bring her down.
What? So then, this is the artwork and the article that they wrote for this this happening, recount of the story. So it says, today in Creepy Acres, 3rd of January, 1878, Globe Valley, North Carolina. The McKean County Miner, I think it's Miner, I don't think it's Minear, I think it's Miner, a newspaper from Smethport, Pennsylvania, reports several men prospecting in the remote area encountered a particular specimen of humanity. That's kind of a weird word. Peculiar specimen of humanity. It stood 6.5 feet tall, a giant in those days, had broad shoulders, long ape-like arms, and was covered in dark brown hair. Though its face was smooth from its head, flowed long. Oh. Dark red tresses. Cautiously, they approached the ape man, but uncertain what to do, they stopped 20 feet short as they debated. One man hoping to scare it off, suddenly leaped towards the hairy humanoid, yelling instead of definitely stepped forward, pounding on its chest. Then it bounded off at the inhumane speed. The men gathered weapons and tracked the beast to a cave near the Blue Ridge Mountains historic, I think that says Blowing Rock. There they found a bed of leaves and the bones of many small animals. However, they never saw the hairy man ape again. It remains unidentified. So that's the creepy history report on 3rd of January, 1878, and brought to you by Creepy Acres.
Dum, da, da, dum.
So if you guys would like to see this yourself, you can find them on Facebook or go to creepyacres.com and see the article yourself. So there you go. So that's kind of fitting. We were talking about squatch socks and
Hairy guy strangeness.
sock squatches and
Sock squatches.
Bigfoot making knots and manes of animals. So we were talking about Sasquatches till the werewolf thing showed up in the garden.
Werewolf. I'm gonna start calling him a werewolf.
Ha, Blazer, you were bad.
Yeah, but since he changed things, maybe you're allowed to get back on.
Well, it's not in effect yet, so
Oh,
don't count your
So one of these days we might wake up and get a
Blazer
friend request.
Blazer probably be stubborn and just not do it because of the fact they got rid of him.
I'm back. It's Two-Face book.
The Book of Faces.
The Book of Faces.
So that's your creepy history for tonight on Night Owl Lounge.
Dum, da, da, da. They'll just boot me again. The Blazer book. Welcome in, Ninja.
Yeah, Ninja, welcome in.
Blazer book.
I'm going to say Kaiju Ninja. I don't know if that's right pronunciation or not, but I'm going to say Kaiju.
I think that's how Brown Dwarf pronounces them.
So I
Kaiju.
don't know.
Yeah, I think Brown Dwarf calls them kaiju.
Oh, correct. All right.
Kaiju.
So what do you guys got in chat? What do you guys got going on? Now we've done a
Kaiju.
We've done a straw in the wind. We've done a creepy history report. We've talked about coy wolves and werewolves in the garden and Ukraine
Ukraine
secret
plane.
airplane dropping off supplies to the military base here. And so I guess, you know what? I guess I could show.
This says new fire breaks out in Hollywood Hills.
Well, it's going to keep breaking out as long as they can't contain or 100% get rid of the fire. As long as these wind gusts and everything keep changing directions and coming in through the mountains and valleys, they're gonna have new fires start up because it's gonna spread to other areas that has fuel sources for the fire. So it's going to be an ongoing thing, probably till Friday when they say the winds are gonna go back to normal and supposedly calm down. So even tomorrow, it's going to be horrible for the fire departments and to try to fight it.
Wow. And the winds are starting up again. Yeah, I got one of the streams back up again.
Wow.
Well, that's this is what I told Garrow last night. If they live next to the ocean, that big of a city, why didn't they invent something that would suck out water from the ocean through the fire, whatever you call it?
Well, technically, just like our when I was helping out with the fire department here in town, technically they have fire trucks that you can pump water from any source. I mean, the fire trucks we have, they're made to
suck out
pump
water
out of ponds and rivers and the lakes and the stuff around our area, so they can just roll up. They have their 4-wheel drive. They can go through the fields and the brush, and they can go right up to the source, and they can throw it. There's a pump on the front of the truck, and they can attach the hose to it, and they can throw it out there. It has a screen. It has a screen on it to keep out all the junk and crap in it.
So
and they can actually suck water out of it and fill their tank, or that pump can send it through the hoses to another truck to fill up if it has to go somewhere else to take off to go fight a fire.
So some of those houses were right on the beach area. I mean, why couldn't they have done that?
Well, I'm assuming they're either not set up right to do that, or like on a California highway that they show the I can't remember the famous California highway that goes along the river or the ocean. The cliff might be too high for them to throw a hose over the side and get to the water, and a fireman would have to climb down there, so it might be dangerous. So I don't know, but I'm assuming their fire truck's not set up for salt water. I think salt water would probably damage the internal workings of the fire truck and corrosive, and they might make fire trucks that can handle salt water. I don't know.
Wow.
So I don't know. And then last night I was listening to reports where a lot of the fire hydrants didn't have water going to them anyway, so the fire trucks couldn't pump water from the fire hydrants anyway. So they couldn't even, I mean, they just let stuff burn because they couldn't fight it because they didn't have the resources or the water or anything to combat it with.
Wow. This is just so sad. Wow.
So I know they have the planes and the helicopters that go out and scoop big containers or made for that. They fly low and scoop up the water out of the lakes or reservoirs, or I don't know if they do it out of the ocean. I guess they could if they had to, but I don't think they do. I think they use the fresh water or the water that we're used to, and they get those and drop off their cargo of water on the fires. They douse them or try to by dumping all that water at one time on them.
One podcast I was watching today was saying that they used to have a 747 that was a water thing. Well, they retired it a few years ago. They didn't have the money to keep it going or something like that. And oh, really?
That'd be a lot of water to be able to pick up.
Yeah. And so it retired just recently, a few years ago or something like that. And they said, too bad that some of these rich people, billionaires, couldn't get that little sucker back up in the air.
Well, they could. They could have. I mean, maybe it was too old to fix or repair and it was going to cost a ton of money, or maybe they were looking at buying or replacing it with something else and never got to it. But
and now, yeah, the helicopters and planes are going to be grounded now because of the winds. They were out this afternoon. They were trying as much as they could with the winds being down.
Right.
Now the winds are picking back up again.
Well, even the firefighters that could or did have access to water, it didn't do any good anyway, because depending on where they had access to, if the wind was blowing towards them, their fire trucks couldn't pump the water hard enough to fight the 60 to 80 mile an hour wind. So the water wasn't reaching where they needed to go anyway.
Wow.
So they had to back off and wait for the winds to die down. Well, last night they weren't dying down at all.
All right. Yeah, I was up until, what was it, 4 in the morning watching some of this. Watching ambers just blowing.
So I don't know. It's a bad situation. It's not good for the firefighters, the emergency crews trying to do the best they can to protect people and save lives. And obviously, possessions and structures come second. So if they can save the lives of the inhabitants, if there happens to be any or whatever, or people next door, or a house next door that has people in it, then they will do that. But if everybody's evacuated or they don't believe anybody's in there, then the best thing to do is just do a control burn where they try to keep it under control and not risk anybody's lives trying to fight it or save anything. And
yeah, they were saying they were all mainly focusing on going to the houses, getting people out, because they can't put these houses out. They're trying, but there's nothing they can do. Just like at the Aldi's store this afternoon and the Bank of America, you just got to stop.
So it makes you think about any town back in the early days, the 1800s, whether it's New York fire, Chicago fire, and many, many big cities had fires. You can imagine all the wood structures, all the, if you want to call them shacks of the common people or the poor people. And then you had big houses, just like we have today. You have people that are better off. And then, might have one again.
No, but Dad just moved into our house last week and it burnt down today. Oh, so sorry to hear that.
Our thoughts and prayers go out. to the people affected by this fire, especially personal people that we know and friends and family. And I think I had an echo.
Well, we're at the 2-hour mark.
I think it's every time.
Always happens around 2 hours.
I think it's every time I try to share a screen. Eventually, I get an echo.
Oh, the wind is picking up again. Ambers are blowing. Oh.
How about now? I'm still there? Yep, I'm still there.
Yeah.
All right.
Echo, 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 echo.
Well, I guess I'm going to have an echo for a while. Let me
give it 10 minutes, it'll go away. Yeah, it'll go away if it does what it's been doing.
All right. How about now?
I don't hear you. Where are you?
I don't know.
I barely hear you now.
How about now?
I barely hear you.
Yeah.
What'd you do? You broke your computer. No,
You don't hear me?
barely. Not like I was.
How about now?
Better. All right.
I don't know.
Man, yeah, the winds are picking up again. The ambers are blowing. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's always sad to hear about
Just breaks my
stuff
heart.
like that. And
Just breaks my heart. Wow.
I mean, it's bad enough people that have lived there for a long time and they lose all their possessions and their history and the stuff they've collected, but the chances of you just moving somewhere and starting your life or whatever and
Losing it.
then losing it just by chance that you were there right before the fire.
Wow. And Blazer said jiggle the mouse. It should help your microphone.
Nope.
Now you're gone again. Oh,
I muted it just to see what it would do.
all right.
I don't know what it is. Probably running out of resources or something. I don't know.
Oh, we got good bit rate and stuff going. Not like some of those nights, the little Wi-Fi thing you kept popping up. And we haven't lost our live stream in a while either. Maybe they fixed that problem, whatever was going on. That seemed like each day our live stream was popping down.
How about now?
That sounds good. What'd you do? Playing with settings?
But I still got an echo though. I was asking about the echo, not the volume.
Oh, it's not that bad of an echo. Not too bad. The MIF again. MIF, MIB.
I don't know what that is.
1222. 1223.
But it doesn't happen to you, it just happens to me.
Right. And you got the newer microphone.
That's what's weird. How about now? Can you hear me now?
You just broke it.
Good. I'll get a different one.
Men in the field. Yeah, men were in the field yesterday.
Oh.
Doggone it. And they got some geese. Then they came back last night in the truck going up and down, making sure they didn't miss any geese. So they searched the whole field last night. So if anybody was on 24 and saw a truck constantly back and forth, that's what they were doing. They're out there searching the field for geese.
Geese
That they shot down. Poor babies.
All right.
Yeah, they went hunting in the field back there yesterday. So they got permission from the farmer. Sometimes it's their son-in-law and stuff, but I think this was a different group. I won the 2025 Scarecrow Award. I was outstanding in my field. So I didn't see any geese flying tonight. So the poor little things are probably scared.
Well,
No, they didn't dump something out there. They went out there and they dumped all the duck decoys. They had probably like 50 duck decoys out there. So they went out there in the trailer filled with tons and tons of duck decoys, fake ducks. So it looked like there was already a bunch of, hey, you're me. There's already a bunch of, it looks like from the geese, it looks like there's geese already in the field. So that's what they're dumping out there was all their decoys. Getting ready, and then they're out there for hours and hours waiting. So yeah, they got some last night. So I just went inside and after I did my barn chores and just ignored it. Nothing we can do. I know people enjoy hunting.
All right. Still echoey. So we're going on the 2.5 hour mark. So I think we'll go ahead and call tonight.
Yeah, we're getting there, aren't we?
People are dropping off and going to sleep or going to bed or whatever they're doing.
The chat's dropping off. We must be boring tonight.
Yeah, we had fun while it lasted. And
see, the echo went away.
Did it? No, I still hear it. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Huh. No, I think I hear it. It depends on how I talk, I guess. Maybe it's just me. So anyway, thank you all for coming. We love you. Thank you in chat, everybody. You're truly a blessing to us. We enjoy having our nights with you and just hanging out with you and talking. And now we have the.
Oh, I'm not doing it. Well, now you do the balloons. Give me a thumbs up. Come on. It's not going to freeze. Well, forget it. See, Blazer said the echo's gone. Jane's going to freeze. Usually when I do the heart, for some reason, when I do the heart, this camera freezes. I don't understand that. Should I try it?
I don't care.
Maybe it can't. There it is. Hey, and it didn't freeze. Yay. There you go. Much love to everybody who's still in chat. We just lost 2 people just saying that we're leaving.
Yep.
Oh, well.
So thank you guys for coming. We love you. And be sure to tune in next week. We'll have another cryptid report, creepy history, and we'll have another Straw in the Wind by Gomer Bath.
Yes. So stay safe out there. Keep your head on a swivel. Keep your vibrations high. Stay positive. Laugh. Smile. Spread love as much as you can.
Keep looking up and send all your thoughts and prayers out to the people in California that are affected by this wildfire and
the people down south affected by the cold weather. Hey, Red. Welcome in, or you've been in. But yeah, keep your vibrations high and just stay positive, guys. Just send out love and do something nice for somebody.
So we will see you guys all next time. And hopefully you guys check us out on Sundays. And we're going to be doing some Tuesday shows with some special guests. Not that they're not all special, but we've filled up our calendar for a while. So we're adding a new day to get some more people that are interested in coming on our show.
Yeah, because we're booked.
New people. Some of them are new guests that we haven't had before. So we are going to start doing some Tuesdays here and there. So be looking for that. And we will catch you next time. Love you all.
Much love.